Good morning. Get started in a few minutes. I'm going to just actually start a little bit early. I'm going to get into fish pose for a few minutes before we start class. If you're watching this later, it might be a little bit longer of a sequence, but we'll see how it goes. I have no idea because I just kind of go with the flow and see what happens. For the student at home, I'm going to choose Dylan Yoga 1, which is on Spotify and the link shared. For fish, you gotta place your blocks in lower medium, or if you don't have blocks, then you can just come into Shavasana, or you could do a block underneath your hips for supported bridge if you prefer, or you could just start in child's pose. And the goal here is to get your heart opened. So this block is right under your shoulder blades. The other one level higher, directly under your head. Shoulders relaxed, chest open, soles of your feet together, palms face up, and just relax a bit. And start to breathe primarily through your nose. Nice, slow inhales and exhales. As you settle into your breath, maybe set an intention for your practice today. Given we're a few weeks into this self-isolation for coronavirus and there's no end in sight, I think patience and compassion and love are more important than ever, so maybe those will be my intentions for today. And just go ahead and relax. Maybe surrender a little deeper into your shoulders and your chest with each breath. As a reminder, everything in yoga is a suggestion, not a command. So be inspired to do what's right for you today. Some things may be too challenging, feel free to modify. Some things may be too easy, and feel free to do more, whatever's right for you. Just don't go to the point of failure, don't go to the point of pain, just go to the point of a nice challenge, maybe a little bit of discomfort, but there's a big difference between discomfort and pain. Know your body and know what's right for you. If something doesn't make sense or is confusing, don't worry about it. Just do what you can. Do what feels right. Enjoy your practice. When I teach in yoga in person, I tend to tell some jokes, but not too many. The online version, I find it a bit more challenging because I don't want to repeat similar jokes or disrupt you from your practice. I will add a little bit of levity here and there, but mostly I'm just focused on giving you a very nice practice to follow along from home. Hopefully give you something to help you through any challenges you're facing being isolated, and just explore your practice. Each day when I teach, I just kind of decide what I feel like doing. I have a core foundation I usually start with and I usually follow. And then I make modifications here and there to keep it interesting and not just do the same thing every time. If you ever have any suggestions or things you'd like to see in a future practice, just drop me a note, email, messaging, social media, whatever works for you. If you are on your blocks, we're going to go ahead and roll off to one side and remove the blocks. And come into Shavasana for a few breaths. Palms face up, toes out, heels in. Relax every part of your body and just continue focusing on your breath. We're going to inhale, stretch your arms up overhead, curl your toes back, but stretch your legs nice and long. And just hold this for a few breaths. Maybe you engage your quads and core a little bit, maybe your glutes. Maybe your shoulders relax a little more. We're going to inhale, bend our knees to our chest. And grab your knees with the shins with your hands and just gently rock side to side. Maybe take some circles. Maybe come up through happy baby. Soles of the feet to the sky. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Knees back to your chest. Bring one arm up overhead and come to your hands and knees. And we're just going to kind of get into it from our hands and knees today rather than doing our normal seated stuff. So go ahead and just rock side to side a little bit. Get your hands planted. Your fingers are spread nice and wide. Pointer or middle finger facing forward. There's a little space between your fingers and hands, and the earth is possible. Whenever you do anything in yoga, that's typically the case. Same with your knees. You always want just a slight bend so you're not hyperextending anything. We're going to go ahead and do sort of an exaggerated cat-cow sequence. So we're going to lower our belly and really glide that chest forward today and look forward. And then really round that spine back and tall. And really glide the belly and chest forward. And come back way up. Let's continue with this exaggerated cat-cow for a few cycles. Maybe rock side to side some more. Open up that hip a little bit. For here, welcome to continue cat-cow, or bring your right leg behind you in the air, parallel to the earth, toes pointed down. And exhale, knee to your forehead. And continue inhaling straight. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, straight. Exhale, round. On your next straightening, you're welcome to bring your left hand forward. And bring your knee to your elbow. And continue moving with your own breath. And your next extension, go ahead and hold it. And then if you'd like to take the heart opener, bend your back knee, bring your front hand that's elevated around to meet your back foot, and gently kick and look forward. Exhale, release your hand. What's up, Otto? Okay. Tap twice on each side, up and over. We're arcing, doing a moon. So basically tap twice, inhale one side, arc up, high and over, tapping twice on the other side. Focus on height over speed or width. Once more time on each side. And return to neutral. We're going to come down into child's pose. Knees wide, toes together, forehead to the earth. And just surrender. If you'd like to take a twist, inhale. And if you're taking a twist, inhale, walk through center. And exhale off to the left side. Inhale back through center. Before we switch sides, let's sit on our feet in rock pose. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, lean to the right. You look down at your hand, forward or up under your arm. Inhale, rise up through center. Exhale, lean to the left. If this pose is uncomfortable for you, you could just sit in seated pose if you prefer. Inhale, rise back up through center. Take a gentle twist. Your right hand to your low back or the earth behind you. Sit nice and tall, left hand outside your right knee. Look over that right shoulder. Keeping the twist, inhale, slowly turn your head and look forward over your left shoulder. And exhale, release the twist. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, twist to the left side. Same options, just try and sit up nice and tall. Twisting from your core. Looking over that back shoulder. And then inhale slowly, keeping the twist. So look over your front side and over your right shoulder. Exhale, release. Come back to hands and knees. This time, you're going to bring your left leg behind you, parallel to the earth, toes pointed down. And exhale, round your spine, knee towards your forehead. Inhale back. Here's Otto on a hoverboard. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend, and you're welcome to stay there. We'll bring your right hand forward, and then knee to elbow. One more time with your own breath, and then hold it. And if you'd like to take the heart opener, bend your back knee, bring your raised hand around to meet your foot, gently kick into it, glide the chest forward, open your heart. And then keeping your hand, your leg raised, bring your foot off to the right side of your mat and tap twice overhead and mooning back and forth. Opening up your hips. Once more on each side. And release. And now we're gonna rock side to side in our hips. So just gently rock. Sit on your right. And then exhale, sit on your left. Inhale through center. Exhale through the side to side. Doing what's right for you. And return to neutral. We're going to come into a dolphin pose instead of a down dog to start. So plant your forearms, parallel and forward. Curl your toes. Straighten your legs, lift your hips. Look forward. Your heels won't come to the earth like they will in a down dog. Maybe walk yourself a little further forward. Really press into those forearms. And then straighten your arms and lower your heels towards the earth. Yours might never reach, or they might be super easy to reach. Just do what's right for you. Inhale, lean forward into a plank. Hover and hold for a bit. And then exhale, bend your knees, hover into bear, and then straighten your legs through down dog. And inhale, slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Exhale, fold forward. Let your head surrender to the earth. One hand grasping the opposite elbow. And just let your head surrender. Straighten those legs with a micro bend in your knee. Let your hamstrings relax. Maybe you sway very gently side to side just because you're trying to straighten those legs a little more. Hey, Otto. Otto's found the hoverboard yesterday and today. Exhale, release your hands to the earth. Inhale, slowly rise up, nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Stand tall in mountain, engage your quads, glutes, triceps, hands point forward, shoulders relaxed back. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, release to the right side. Lean over. Shoulder height or higher. Inhale, lift your right heel, and exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, back through center, lower your right heel, lift your left heel, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back through center. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, and just point them out. And inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, release to the right. Inhale up through center. And now just point your pointer finger. And then exhale, lean back and maybe pointing with your elbows out. Or you can interlace your fingers if you prefer. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Maybe when you reach the bottom, you straighten your knees and start to lift your hands up off your back. Maybe not. Do what's right for you. Exhale, release your hands past the earth. Rise up to chair. Bending your knees, straightening your low back, relaxing your shoulders, straightening your arms. Inhale, extend. And exhale, maybe rise onto your toes. Exhale, lower, fold, swan dive forward. Walk yourself into down dog. Let's come back to child's pose for a couple breaths. Just surrender down. Inhale, come to hands and knees. And on your next inhale, just bring your right leg back and bend your knees, stack your hips, and just try and lift your hips up really high. Like your leg up really high. Sort of like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. And inhale, bring your right foot forward, come into low lunge. Inhale, lean back with your hips and heart. Exhale, glide forward. Open up your arms, take a nice full circle. Inhale your arms up, relax your shoulders. Otto asks, how long is the yoga class? Each class is about an hour. Inhale your right hand to your right hip. Exhale, lean forward and take a twist, bringing your elbow outside your knee, hands toward heart center. Just started like 15 minutes ago. You have a while still. Exhale, release to center. Straighten that front leg into half splits, just a gentle variation for now. And then lower yourself back down to high lunge and low lunge. And bring that front foot back to meet the back foot. And surrender back through narrow knee child's pose for a breath. Inhale, keeping your forearms in place. Glide forward. Come forward to up dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. And then bend your knee and really stack your hips. Breathe here for a few breaths. Stay here for a few breaths. And inhale, straighten that left leg. And exhale, glide it forward into low lunge. Inhale, heart and body back. Exhale, glide forward. Open up your arms, take a nice full revolution forward and take a twist. Elbow outside your knee, hands together. Maybe you twist a little more and your hands reach towards your heart. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, straighten your front leg for a gentle half splits. Inhale, walk yourself forward, plant your hands, and fly into standing splits. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, low knee, knees together behind you. Into narrow knee child's pose for a breath. And then gently glide your chest and heart forward. Inhale through up dog or cobra. And exhale for down dog. And lift your front of your feet. Just place your palms under and place your toes on your wrist crease. And just stretch out your wrists a little bit. Yeah. Slowly roll off of that. Inhale, hands to your shins for a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up through chair. Exhale, straighten your arms and legs. Inhale, rise up off your heels. And exhale, release. Swan dive forward. And inhale, walk forward to a down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale, lean forward. We're gonna come to side plank. So you have 4 variations you can do here. You can bend your right knee and plant it. Left arm up. Lift your left leg. You can stack. Or you can stack and lift your top hand. Keys to good side planks. Bend in that the lower elbow. Lift from your hips. Keep the top shoulder back in the same plane as your legs. Similar to triangle in some ways. Exhale, release. Inhale, switch sides. And exhale, release to center. Take a vinyasa flow, a high push-up, low push-up, up dog, to down dog. Inhale your right leg up in the air behind you. And exhale, glide it forward. Rise up through crescent. Front knees bent, back leg straight. Shoulders relaxed, arms are up. Inhale your arms behind your low back. You can interlace your fingers or rest them on your back. Inhale, look back up. And then exhale, just glide forward. Maybe your hands come up off your back, maybe they don't. Inhale, slowly rise up through crescent. Inhale your right hand to your right hip. Exhale, lean forward with your left side, and then take a twist. And you're welcome to stay here for a while, or plant your left hand inside your right foot for revolve side angle. Exhale, release to the earth. Plant your hands and come up through warrior C. Straighten that back leg, straighten the front leg. If your hands stay on blocks, maybe they rise all the way up. Try to get your upper body and raised leg parallel to the earth. And exhale, release to the earth. And take a vinyasa flow either from 3-legged dog or high push-up to low push-up, up dog to down dog. Inhale your left leg up in the air behind you. Exhale, glide it forward. Rise up through crescent. Inhale your hands, your low back, maybe lean back a bit. And exhale, glide forward. And maybe your hands come up off your back a little bit. Feeling really tight today, so I'm not going to push it too hard. Inhale, rise up. Inhale your left hand to your left hip. Exhale, lean forward with that right arm and take a twist angle. So release the twist, plant your hands, and fly to Warrior C. And exhale, come back up through high lunge. And take a Vinyasa flow. Inhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Exhale, half lift. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet out to the edge of your mat. Heels in, toes out. If you have bad knees, bring your forearms under your knees or sit on a block. Otherwise, just surrender into yogi squat. You have to clean that mat. Yeah. I'm talking about the parts of the tire tracks. Uh-huh. You can stay here, or you're welcome to come into crow if you'd like, by planting your hands, bringing your knees towards your armpits or your upper triceps, and trusting yourself to look forward and rest forward. Or staying in squats, perfectly great place to be. Inhale, plant your hands, straighten your legs. Walk yourself back forward into a down dog. Come through a plank to come to forearm plank. We're just gonna sit here a while. You can stay here, or you could gently lift one leg up and back down, and the other leg up and down. Just continue back and forth with your breath, or just hold a normal forearm plank. Or you could be on your knees if that's easier. And we're gonna take a Vinyasa flow. Let's come back up to high push-up, low push-up, up dog or cobra, to down dog. We're gonna take a child's pose. Surrender into the earth. Wide knees, hips towards your heels. Forehead to the earth, arms forward. You could stay here, or you could add a threading the needle by inhaling your right arm up and exhaling it under your left arm. And you could stay here, or you could bring your left hand behind your right hip and have a little twist. If you're threading the needle, switch sides, left arm up, thread under the right side, and maybe right hand outside your left hip for a twist. For twisted, threaded child's pose. There's a wet rag over there. You should want to sweat it and wipe it down, Otto. Otto and I are talking about how his hoverboard has created some tracks on the mat and he wants to clean it. He says, what? Inhale back through center. And from hands and knees, come up through down dog. Now we're going to do a warrior sequence. Inhale, right leg in the air. Exhale, glide it forward. Rise up through warrior A. For warrior A, your legs are on parallel tracks. You're in equal balance from your front and back. Front knees bent, back leg straight. Front toes forward, back toes out at a 45-degree angle. Hips facing forward, shoulders relaxed, arms up. Maybe bend that front knee a little bit more. And just surrender into this pose, nice and strong. Now we're going to exhale into warrior B, which means bring your hands together. Now bring your back foot into the same line as your front heel. Keep that front knee bent. Arms open out to warrior B. Hips to the side. Upper body is upright and vertical. And look over your front fingers. And keep that front knee in track with your ankle. Inhale, flip your front palm and lean forward. And then lean back for reverse warrior. Keeping that front knee bent. Back hand's barely doing anything. I could wrap around if you'd like. Top hand lifts up. And then keeping the arms where they are. Inhale, straighten that front leg in a reverse triangle. Thanks, Otto. I'm just going to rotate a bit so you can see a bit better. From reverse triangle, keep the legs straight. Bring the arms to warrior B arms. And exhale, lean forward. When you can lean forward no more than just gently tilt. Actively first lifting up with that top hand. Pulling yourself up, resisting gravity, keeping this shoulder back in the same plane as your legs. The bottom hand really isn't doing much of anything, and you're not leaning an arm back over your hips. Exhale, flow over the top of your head. Inhale back. And exhale forward. And then return back upright. And exhale, bend that front knee into side angle. Whichever variation is right for you. You could take the twist if you like. I mean the bind if you like. And then exhale, release the twist. Come through high lunge. We're going to come into half moon. So plant your right hand outside your right foot. Straighten that left leg into the air. And look towards your left side. Maybe your hand's on a block. Maybe your hand comes up. And exhale, release back to warrior B. And we're going to plant our hands and come into side angle. Fold forward. And take whichever variation of wide-legged forward fold you'd like. Your heels are out, your toes are in. Maybe you bring your hands behind your heels, behind your calves today. Maybe your forearms come to the earth. Do what's right for you. Inhale, slowly rise up. Heel-toe your feet back together. And rise up to mountain. Inhale, your right hand out, left hand on your left hip. And we're going to come through dancer. So you're just going to bring your foot back. And you're going to grab the inside of your foot. Maybe your thumb goes on your sole of your foot. And exhale, you could stay there or gently kick and lean forward. And inhale, rise up through center. Grab your shin. And then exhale, maybe grab your toes with your big middle finger and pointer finger and thumb. And then whether you're bent or straight, maybe you stretch it out to the side. And then exhale, bring it back forward and release. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Wherever you're at, return to a plank and take a vinyasa flow. Inhale your left leg up in the air behind you. Exhale, glide it forward, coming through warrior A again. Front knees bent, front feet forward. Back leg is straight, but toes are up to the side. Separate planes for your legs. Maybe grab your hips and twist them forward. Shoulders relaxed, arms up. Equal balance between front and back leg on all your warrior postures. Inhale your hands together, exhale your back foot out to warrior B. Straighten that front knee, upper body's vertical, hips to the side, arms out, shoulders remain relaxed even though your fingers are actively pulling in the opposite directions. Look over your front fingers, warrior B. Maybe lift those front toes and replant them. Inhale, flip that front palm, And exhale, lean back, reverse warrior. Maybe that backhand wraps around your low back. Inhale, keep the arms there, straighten that front leg into reverse triangle. I'm going to rotate just so you can see better. Keep going with what you're doing. Inhale your arms up to warrior bee arms, keep the legs where they are. And exhale, lean forward and tilt into triangle. Actively pulling up your upper body, shoulders back. And the top hand really isn't doing much, and it's not actively pulling, you're actively pulling up. And then inhale, float your top hand back. And exhale, bring it overhead. Inhale, float it back. And exhale, bring it overhead. And bring it back up high. And then exhale, bend that front knee into side angle. And you're welcome to stay here or take a wrap or whatever variation of side angle is right for you. You're going to exhale, release that twist. We're going to come up through half moon. So bring your left hand in front of and just outside your left foot. Right hand to your right hip. Try to straighten those legs. And maybe fly a little bit. And exhale. Come back to warrior bee leg position. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. If handstands in your practice, go ahead and take one. I need a wall to do handstands, so I'm probably not going to do that today. Now, you're going to inhale and walk yourself over to the right side and try to bring your left hand outside your right ankle and your right hand outside your left hip with a twist and a fold. Maybe bring that top arm up overhead. And exhale, release to center. Exhale, release to center. Auto. Okay, no more in here. You just hurt my toe. Ow. Home yoga. It's the best. Oh, man. And exhale. Come back through high plank and take a vinyasa flow. You need to roll it. Okay. Hold on one moment. Check the time. Oh, we have plenty of time today. All right. From hands and knees, bring your right leg behind you and exhale, glide it forward into a lunge, to high lizard, and start tall. Or lower your forearms to the earth or onto a block, or take a balancing posture, bringing your hands out wide and resting on your forearms. Or take bird of paradise by the heel toeing your foot out wide, or just surrendering it to the earth. Looking out towards your right foot and relaxing. Continue breathing wherever you're at. Slowly work your way back up to high lizard. And from here, inhale, straighten your front leg to half split, or you can slide further forward into a fuller expression of split. Do what you feel inspired to do. And we're going to come through pigeon. So you can either come onto your back and do a figure four, or you can heel toe your foot out to the side. Shin parallel to the front of the mat. Knee outside your hip. Sit up nice and tall first. Check your alignment. So your back leg behind you. And then you can exhale onto your forearms if that feels good. If that feels easy, maybe shimmy all the way forward. Or if that still feels easy, maybe bring your hands overhead and get a little tricep stretch as well. Thumbs coming towards your C7, the big bump in the back of your neck. Maybe your elbows slide a little further forward. If you feel like it, you can stay there a couple more breaths, or you can come up through active pigeon, planting your right hand in front of your right shin, bending your left knee, grabbing your back foot, lifting your top hand up if you'd like. And exhale, release. Right foot to right shin. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, first just lean forward and surrender. Maybe grab your toes, maybe bend your elbows, surrender a little bit more. And then slowly rise back up. And then bring your right arm up overhead. And then lean side twist towards that side. Left hand's inside your left shin. Right arm's up overhead. And maybe it goes further, maybe it doesn't. Just do what's right for you. And inhale, slowly rise back up. Inhale your left leg behind you, parallel to the earth, toes pointed down. Exhale, glide it forward into high lizard. Just back it up so you can see a little better. Check your alignment as your knee over your ankle, not forward, behind, or inside or outside, but just directly over it. And you're welcome to stay here or explore bringing your forearms towards the earth or maybe onto a block. Or take a balancing posture, planting your hands out to the side. Or my favorite, bird of paradise variation. You can either heel toe your foot out there or just bring it all out in one full swoop if that feels good for you. So your foot is on the earth. You place the left arm under the left knee or leg just for some gentle support, balancing, whatever's right for you. Or any other variation you know that you prefer. Continue to breathe. Relax. Now slowly rise back up. If you're in bird paradise, you can just swing your leg around if you like. Eventually return to humble warrior. And exhale, straighten that front leg for half splits, or bring your leg further forward for a fuller expression of the pose. Maybe your forehead comes towards your knee. Maybe you use blocks. Inhale, slowly rise up. Heel toe your foot, or come onto your back for figure four if that's better for you. Otherwise, come through pigeon. Check your alignment. So your knee outside your hip. Shin is parallel to the front of your mat as you can tolerate today. Sit up nice and tall if that feels good. Fold forward onto your shin, on your forearms first. And then maybe slide all the way forward. Or even just come onto your elbows, the tricep extension of this. Do what's right for you. A little tighter on this side today, so I'm just going to back off a little. Welcome to stay there a few more breaths. Or inhale, slowly rise up and take active pigeon, planting your hand, grabbing your back foot with your around your back hand around your foot, top hand up if you'd like. And exhale, release, and just sit onto that hip, leg straight, right leg straight, left foot into your right quad, not under it, just into the side. Inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward, maybe grabbing your foot or your shin. Lean to that same side. The bottom forearm can just rest inside your shin. This arm can come up overhead. Inhale, slowly rise back up to hands and knees and just shake from side to side. Do a couple cat-cows here. So inhale, lower your belly, chest forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lower. And exhale, round. Then we're going to come down to Sphinx pose. Lower your body gently. Forearms parallel in front of your mat. You can stay here. Plant your feet. Just rotate. Plant your feet. And your knees might come off the earth. Or you might also raise your belly a little bit for a little challenge. The more you'll feel this in your low back. Just do what's right for you. And exhale, slowly release. Then come into bow pose. Just bend your knees. The closer they are together, the more challenging this is. So if you want each other hand outside the other ankle, inhale, surrender. And exhale, kick up onto your solar plexus. Inhale, relax. Exhale, kick. And maybe just hold up here for a few breaths. But on your inhales, you relax a little. On your exhales, you kick a little bit more. And when you've had enough, just straighten your arms and legs out like a star. And then exhale, release. Forehead towards your hands. Hands can be, arms can be like a T. Then bring one arm up overhead. Roll onto your back. We'll start with bridge. So bring your feet closer. It's like just where your hands can barely touch them. And maybe roll one shoulder to the other. Maybe just grab your head and make the back of your neck relax. And inhale, just lift up with your hips. And if you have a block and you just want a gentle pose, you could rest on it. Otherwise, maybe lift up onto your toes. Maybe interlace your fingers underneath your back. Exhale, slowly release. You're welcome to do that again, or you could add a wax and exhale. Straighten up. And when you're coming down, bring your head towards your chest. That way you come onto your shoulders rather than on your back. Wherever you're at, go and release. And bring one knee outside the opposite, or one foot heel outside the opposite knee. And just do a Hercules twist to the side. Inhale back through center. Plant both feet wide. Grab the other heel ankle on that knee and lean to the other side. This is sort of a gentle spinal twist. Inhale back through center. Now we're going to take a spinal twist itself. First, we're going to bring both knees to our chest, and then we're going to straighten the left leg, bring the right leg into your chest and hold it. Relax the shoulders, relax the head, and then bring it out towards your armpit, avoiding your rib cage. And then grabbing either your quad, your calf, or your big toes with your middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb. You can just start to straighten it as much as you'd like, and then bring it off to the right side of your mat. And maybe you can't do that all the way, so you just relax it, bend the knee a little bit. Keep your hips and shoulders on the earth, and try and bring that leg all. Inhale, bend your knee, and use your left hand to bring your right knee all the way across the mat, and surrender. And maybe you grab your big toes with this hand and do another type of twist. Do whatever spinal twist is right for you. Inhale back through center. Bring both knees to your chest. And then straighten the opposite leg down long. For most of you, that'll be the right knee. Bring the left knee to your chest. And then bring your left knee outside your hip, outside your rib cage towards your armpit. And you could either adduct it, or you could start to straighten it. Maybe grab it with your toe with your pointer, middle finger, and thumb. And then you can start to adduct up to the side, but try to keep your hips and your glutes, your shoulders flat. Or maybe at some point you can't quite reach anymore. Just bend and release a little and adduct it out to the earth. And bend your knee and slowly bring it across your body. Maybe your top hand reaches over and grabs it. Keep that left shoulder planted. Maybe you grab that foot on this side as well and straighten that top leg a little more for a nice relaxed spinal twist. And return back to center. Knees towards your chest. Gently rock side to side. From here, you could take either supported legs up the wall with a block by bringing your block underneath your sacrum and bringing your legs straight out. Or you can come into shoulder stand if you prefer. Supporting your low to mid back with your hands, upper body and legs roughly perpendicular to the earth. Or maybe come back into a plow. Gently surrender to the earth. Bring your arms up overhead and come into Shavasana. Heels in, toes out, hands face up. Relax. Maybe stretch the back of your head and neck a little bit. And just breathe naturally, palms face up. Maybe your shoulders come a little bit together. You can even come into a low supported fish if you prefer. Low meaning low block under your low back, medium block under your head. And keep your legs straight at the end of your practice when you do fish. As you lay here, maybe reflect on your intention again. Maybe reflect on how you feel now compared to just an hour ago. This coronavirus is definitely teaching us a lot about looking within and not just going outside our homes to find amusement or joy, but really sort of forcing that inward look. And that can be kind of intense, can be kind of tough. especially if your kids are there all the time and you're used to them going to school and whatnot, or you're used to going to work. Just remember, you're doing your best, and that's all you really need. You need to judge yourself. Slowly start to bring some life back to your hands and feet. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, or maybe windshield wiper your hand, your ankles and wrists. You stretch your arms up overhead and your heels forward, toes back. You bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side gently. Bring one arm up overhead and roll to that side and stay there for a couple breaths. And slowly work your way back up to a seated pose. Cross your legs, maybe sit on the edge of a block. Give your hips a bit of a break. Inhale your arms up overhead nice and slow. Exhale, release them. Do this a couple more times. And again, just reflect on how you feel now compared to the start of this class. Maybe you feel some energy tingling through your hands from all that work you've done on your nervous system and your body. Inhale your hands to heart center. May you find patience and calm and love in your daily life. May you give thanks to yourself for making time to give yourself a good solid foundation to support yourself so you can support others in your life. May you be healthy and happy. I bow to the light and sound and all of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining. I'll be back in an hour for a gentle class, and I'll be continuing to live stream pretty much every day unless something comes up. But Otto is questioning me, saying why I'm doing 2 classes today. I'm doing 1 class today, but 2 on Sundays, because I want to do that. Otto, you want to say bye? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out or leave a message. Or there's Otto, he says bye. And be sure to like and share with your friends, like to help as many people as we can during this coronavirus stuff. And also just do some good. Thank you. My son Otto is rattling out some kid family show on YouTube, I guess. Cool. All right. Have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye-bye.